The need to do something about climate change can instill a sense of passion in many. But herein lies the problem. Despite our best intentions, what we say doesn't always translate into what we do. We believe that behavioral science can help to more effectively engage decision makers in the boardroom to support climate action, mitigate climate risks, and to help them fulfill their legal duties. And we have built a series of tools to help.
People often find climate decisions overwhelming. Consequently, they might be uncertain about what the right course of action is. Even organizations that have a strong commitment to sustainability and see it as vitally important may not necessarily know what to do about it. In these situations, it may be your job to reduce the board's or individual's uncertainty and show them a clear way forward to create and implement a net zero strategy. Perhaps you recall a situation where a director or senior executive agrees to the need to adopt a Paris-aligned business strategy. Yet, they're not quite sure how they can convince the rest of their peers to start thinking about it. When people are uncertain, they tend to look outside of themselves and to others for guidance. This is where using two powerful behavioral science principles, social proof and authority, can help. People are frequently influenced by what they see or perceive others around them to be doing. We call this social proof, and it can be a particularly persuasive source of information in times of doubt or uncertainty, primarily because of our fundamental need to fit in with the crowd. When we see other people acting in a certain way, it is easy to conclude that that must be the right thing to do. For example, when our colleague Robert Cialdini changed the signs in hotel bathrooms to honestly communicate that most guests reuse their towels, reuse rates rose by 44%. Interestingly, when the social proof message highlighted that the majority of people in a particular room reuse their towels, recycling increased by 53%. Although hotel rooms may seem a distance from board-level decision-making, that doesn't mean that social proof doesn't have an important role to play. There are lots of studies demonstrating how decisions made by organizations are frequently influenced by what similar companies to them are doing. This means that when presenting to boards, communicating the social proof of what others like them are doing can be very impactful. For example, it can be persuasive to say 4 out of 5 directors are now considering climate when evaluating their organization's business strategy, assuming, of course, that it's true. If you don't have specific social proof to refer to, you could instead highlight the increasing support for pro-climate action. For example, you could say, research shows that 80% of people prefer organizations that have a positive climate impact. Communicating trends can also be effective. This year, the number of organizations in your industry that have pledged to be net zero within 10 years has increased by 60%. It is important to remember highlighting a negative social norm like many organizations still aren't doing anything about climate can often backfire. This is because it could communicate that it is okay not doing anything, because no one else is either. A second way to reduce people's uncertainty is by using the principle of authority. People will often look to those who have authority, such as experts, when they are uncertain about what to do. When a legitimate expert on a topic speaks, people listen, and that includes you. So it's important not to assume that your expertise is already known. Therefore, it can be very helpful to have someone else introduce you and your expertise at the beginning of a meeting. In one study, when receptionists of an estate agent's office added a short introductory sentence pointing out an agent's legitimate experience and expertise, the number of signed contracts and confirmed appointments rose by 16% and 20% respectively. It is even possible to convey your legitimate expertise on video calls. Rather than just typing your first and last name into Zoom, include your credentials. Instead of just Tom, make sure it reads Tom Baker, LLB, CEO of the Environment Network. If you do not have expertise in a topic, you can borrow others' authority by mentioning the support of world-leading experts for you, your organization, or the approach you propose. Use the principles of authority and social proof to increase people's confidence that the sustainable decision is the right thing to do.